The effects of the Westgate Mall siege continue to be felt here in East Africa's economic hub. And while terrorism has been dubbed a global problem, ENCA has tried to find out whether the attack has had any effect on local business and tourism. Nearly 70 people were killed during the 80-hour siege. The Westgate Mall, once a symbol of Kenya's economic boom, was destroyed by the worst terror attack in Nairobi since the 1998 US Embassy bombing. Millions of US dollars in business and property were lost. In the wake of the attack, several countries issued travel advisories during the peak tourism season, and thousands of people lost their jobs. But it's not all doom and gloom. Economists at Renaissance Capital have studied various terror attacks throughout history, including the 2002 Bali bombings and the 1997 attack on Egypt. They say Kenya's tourism numbers fell by 18% last year, and they expect the figures to recover by just 7% in 2014, before rebounding with 25% predicted growth the following year. Renaissance is now forecasting 2 million tourists in 2015, over a third more than 2010 levels. Hotels, B&Bs and airlines tell ENCA that they've not noticed a significant fall in numbers following the mall attack. So just what is it that keeps foreigners coming back to Kenya after Westgate?
I flew in yesterday from Chicago, Illinois, United States, and coming to visit Kenya for the wildlife, the city life, just trying to experience as many things as possible. I had bought my ticket to Kenya before the Westgate attacks, and obviously there was some consternation on my part when that happened. So I followed up with the news, of course, like everyone else around the world did, and the Kenya response and the international response. It seemed to me that they had taken care of the security to prevent another attack from happening. So after a couple months, my fears were eased, and decided to continue on with my plans.
At Nairobi's bustling elephant orphanage and giraffe center, you'd never guess this was the same city that was attacked just 4 months ago. But while tourists continue to visit, it seems foreign investors aren't quite as comfortable.
The area has become a little bit riskier in the last 12 months. Volatility is higher. And how we manage that is going to be really important, because there comes a point when if these indicators deteriorate very sharply, Kenya suffers dramatically. I think we need to be resilient and on our guard, because we can't afford something like that to happen. And I would say those are the risks for me. If we have another event like Westgate, then these guys will find it very difficult, because you will have risk departments kicking in saying, we're not comfortable. It will slow down that side.
The spate of terror attacks increased after 2011, when Kenya sent troops across the border to fight Somali insurgent group Al-Shabaab. The militants have warned that attacks will continue unless the country withdraws its soldiers. Meanwhile, experts say Kenya's economic growth is only as secure as its borders. And those borders at the moment remain highly porous. Robin Creel, Nairobi.
Know more. ENCA.com